Have you ever really thought about the journey your food takes before it even gets to your plate? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive right into the world of food technology. We're going to simplify all that complex science that happens behind the scenes. So, who's this for? Honestly, if you're a student in the field, or maybe an engineer looking at the practical side of things, or hey, maybe you're just curious about your food. If that's you, you are in exactly the right place. We've designed this to be practical, simple, and straight to the point. Okay, let's get right to it. We're going to tackle one big question today. Why does food technology actually matter in our day-to-day lives? And trust me, the answer is probably a lot more connected to your daily routine than you might think. To start answering that, let's break it down into three key parts. First up, the product. We're talking about that whole journey from the farm, through the factory, and all the way to the supermarket shelf. It's a journey that technology has totally transformed. So, what's its main job? Well, when you strip it all down, food technology is really all about preservation. It's the science of keeping the food you see in the store safe, tasty, and high quality for as long as possible. And you see the results of this everywhere. I mean, think about the stuff you buy all the time. Processed meats, dairy products like yogurt and cheese, all your favorite drinks, and even those ready-to-eat meals. Yep, that's all food technology in action. Now, check out this comparison because it really tells the story. Before all this tech, you had limited availability, food that spoiled super fast, and you never knew what kind of quality you were going to get. But with technology, we get widespread access, food that lasts longer, and a standard of safety we can rely on. It's a total game changer. Okay, so that brings us to our second key area, the process. Think of this as the safety journey. It's like this invisible shield that makes sure every single bite is safe, from the second it hits the factory to the moment it gets to your fork. So how does that journey work? Well, it's a whole system. It kicks off with controlled cooling to lock in freshness right away. Then you've got these automated inspection machines that spot and remove anything that's not up to snuff. All along the way, teams are constantly testing for quality. And finally, secure packaging wraps it all up to protect it on its way to you. So here's the bottom line. All that incredible high-tech stuff happening inside a factory, it all boils down to one simple goal: protecting you, the consumer, when you're at home. It's a promise of safety and quality, really. But you know what? The story doesn't stop at the factory gates. And that brings us to our third part, the people. We're going to look beyond the production line and see how food technology is also this huge driver for science and education. Because it's not just about machines. Food technology is its own entire scientific discipline. It's this awesome mix of engineering, microbiology, and chemistry, all working together to better understand and develop the food we eat. And that's a really important distinction to make. Yeah, of course, it powers a massive global industry, but at its heart, it's a science. It's a field of study focused on figuring out the systems that feed all of us. So who really gets something out of this? Well, as you can see, pretty much everyone. For students, it makes really complex ideas way easier to grasp. For researchers, it gives them the tools they need to innovate. And, of course, for the industry, it leads to higher, safer, and just better productivity. All right, let's bring it all home. How do these three things, the product, the process, and the people, actually connect back to our everyday lives? Let's tie it all together. It really boils down to this. First, it directly shapes the food we eat, making so many things available and affordable. Second, it's all about our personal safety, protecting us from getting sick. And third, it's fueling our scientific future by constantly pushing us to learn more. When you really stop and think about it, food technology is this incredible, invisible science. You might not see it, but its impact, its protection, is right there in pretty much every single meal you have. So what's the big takeaway? Look, the world of food is incredibly complex, but understanding the science behind it doesn't have to be. Hopefully, you see your plate a little differently now, because that's our whole goal, to help you learn, grow, and simplify the world around you.